So, in talking about the topic of safety in our community and the prevention of mass shootings, after certain instances like Virginia Tech shooting, were there any further policies that were put in place or any changes that were made at JMU in case there was something similar that would to happen?
I think what we did was try to be sort of more proactive about it, and we formed, the university did something called the behavioral assessment team. Sorry, we just call it that for short, and I was blanking on the A. And what that is it brings together some critical players from across the university, so the dean of students, residence life, the police, the counseling center, our legal counsel, and some other offices. And what we do is every other week we get together personally, but we also have an email conversations throughout each week. And as student names sort of come up in our offices, so a student has an incident in a residence hall that's concerning to us, maybe they have it's a mental health issue, they indicate that they want to harm themselves or they might want to harm somebody else. In addition to addressing that incident, I share that information with my colleagues in those other offices. And they go back and they sort of look and see, have we had contact with this student? Is there a history? Were there other things going on that we knew about? There's somebody there from academic affairs who lets us know, have they been going to classes and those kind of things. And so the idea is, if that name pops up in several different places, it sort of raises some red flags for us to not necessarily go in and say this person's in danger, but to maybe give them a little bit more attention, see if they need some additional resources. And so trying to reach out to students who might be in distress or who might have maybe headed down a bad road and trying to get to them sooner, as opposed to some of the incidents that you've seen at other schools where the student was kind of out there on their own and those dots weren't connected and unfortunately something bad happened. And so that's been our primary goal is to go ahead and try to identify those students early on and get them some assistance or some support if we can. And a lot of times, a name will come up and we kind of, just kind of watch it for a little while and pay attention. Especially in my area, I have people who work in the residence halls. They might stop in and say hi and check on them kind of thing. And it turns out it was just that one incident. But it's nice to have that sort of safety net to try to get us through. I think otherwise, some of the things we do is we try to do some more programming in the buildings about JMU has a great tradition of door holding, but we try not to do that in residence halls. We want people who are going into the building, people who live there, or to be guests of somebody and be escorted by that guest. And it's hard because some of our buildings are pretty big, and you have people going in and out. We call it piggybacking, that kind of thing. We try to do some education about that, just to sort of make the residence halls more. They are all locked all the time, so try to make that locked door mean something.